Okay, so we're looking at a English task for Year 9 English, and it's going to require the students to create a common craft video explaining the key themes of a selected text. So we're looking at Macbeth, and also looking at Lord of the Flies. So quite a challenging task for the students, but one that I'm sure we'll see some great work with. Now, obviously, if they're creating a common craft video, and we sort of have done some pre-work in what a common craft video actually looks like. The key to the success of this is the fact that they need to script it quite well. And what I'm going to be showing you here is the ability of the teacher to distribute a script to selected groups within a class, okay, using the smart copy feature in Teacher Dashboard. Now, this is sort of, I don't know, it's a fairly streamlined process, but it is again, for some teachers who haven't really used Teacher Dashboard much, there's some significant learning here. So just to show you, I've got a login here. This is sort of like just a test account, if you like. This is my Google Drive, and I've got a script that I'm essentially going to use as my template to distribute to the kids in my class. Okay, so you can see there, it's actually going to be a common craft style video outlining the themes within Macbeth, and we can see the lovely three witches there in that first scene of Macbeth. So there's our common craft logo. So the kids are actually going to document their script in a Google Doc. They're going to have some stage direction, so they might say pull in the witch's symbol, or pull in the crown indicating sort of royalty and power. Okay, so there's a whole lot of possibilities with this. Now, one of the things that we want to ensure here is that the teacher has a good sense of where the scripts are up to, and so this is why I'm suggesting the use of Teacher Dashboard in terms of distributing these scripts to our kids. So, this is in my drive. I'm the teacher. What I'm going to do now is go to the Teacher Dashboard bookmark here. That if you have Teacher Dashboard in place, you would have access to this little bookmark. So I'm clicking on that, and what that should then do is bring up my class. Okay, so let's assume it's Year 10 English that I'm going to be distributing this script to. I click on Year 10 English. Now I suppose this is a sort of a key understanding with regard to Teacher Dashboard. Teacher Dashboard is for teachers. It's this management overlay that allows us to see the Google Drive folders of all the students in our class. All right, so I see Eve's folder, Eve's English folder in this case, because that's the class I've opened, Year 10 English 2012. Okay, so you can see here I can see my whole class. And it provides for that really nice interface. I can scroll over, I can see when it was last modified, by whom, and when. Okay, and I can see this in their Google Drive folder. Now, I suppose one of the things that a lot of teachers do is they say to the kids, okay, well you've had this via Teacher Dashboard. Well, the kids don't know about Teacher Dashboard. What do the kids know about? They know about Google Drive, okay, or you would hope they do. So, from a kid's perspective, you can see that this person, TD Secondary, is in my English class. What does that look like for this student, TD Secondary? Well, you can see here, let me just order this. You can see that they've got a folder called English. Okay, so what I'm seeing is all of the stuff in their English folder. So see this TD Secondary here? I'm seeing all of the stuff that is in their English folder. Okay, so kids don't know about Teacher Dashboard. All you're asking them to do is, if you're in English, go to your English folder. Anything that you do for me in English needs to be in your English folder. Okay, so for this task to work, what we're going to do is we're going to distribute this script. Where is the script? It's currently in my Google Drive. It's a script template. There it is there, right? We're going to distribute this to the identified groups of students in my class with whom they are working together. All right? So, up in the top left-hand corner is a little inconspicuous little icon right there called Smart Copy. All right? So if I click on Smart Copy, what it allows me to do is select a document and then shoot it out to those kids. All right? Now, just before I do that, apologies for backtracking a bit, what I want to do is I want to color code my groups. So see these little tiles here? These little tiles? They indicate the groups. All right? So let's say Eve is in the red group. There are 3 kids in the red group. It's Eve, Liz, and user A. John's in the green group. It's John, Poppy, Rihanna. Max Power, that's a great name, is in the yellow group. Max, Natalia, and Nathan. Okay. Test Delete, Test Student, Toby Lou, they're all in the same group. We've got Trung, we've got User C, and we've got User D all in the same group. So you can have up to 9 groups in a class that we could distribute a document to. Okay? So what do I want to do? Very, very briefly, I want to distribute a document that each of the group members can edit based on their group colour, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this Smart Copy feature that I just highlighted before.
Can you change that colour from task to task?
You certainly can.
Okay.
All right, so it's just, this is the task I'm working on now, this is how I'm distributing it.
Okay.
And it works really well for differentiation. Like if you've got, you might have a core, you might have a learning support, you might have an extension.
Yeah.
3 documents go out in 3 different ways to kids.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to click on this Smart Copy. I'm selecting an existing document. Where am I selecting it from?
So Smart Copy, where's that? Because I'm actually just uploading one as you're doing it. It's on that corner there. Okay. Yep.
Okay. What document am I going to share with them? This, the 2014 Macbeth in Plain English Common Craft video script, right?
And it has to be on your drive, that document?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so it would just mean that each of your teachers in Year 9 English would have to have the script document sitting in their drive.
Right,
Okay, so I hit select. Okay, so there's my document that I've picked. I hit next. This screen is incredibly important. What type of sharing of the document do I want the students to have? A separate copy of the document is created for each student. Okay, so that would mean if it was an individual task, they would all get their own individual copy.
Yeah.
All right? Do we want that for this? No. Share read only. Where might that be appropriate? Well, you could distribute an assessment task notification via a Google Doc to your whole class. It's sitting in their Google Drive. Can you see it in their Google Drive? Yes, you can.
You got it. Yeah.
Little Johnny says, I didn't receive the assessment notification. I'm sorry you did. I can see it in your Google Drive. Go to your English folder.
Yeah.
It will fit. Share, read, comment. So that could be, you could share a document, might be a Robert Frost poem, and you'll say, okay, I want you to use a comment feature down the side and identify the poetic devices that is used in this particular poem. So the kids come in, they can't change the text.
Yeah.
What they can do is put those little comments down the side.
That'd be good for that. Yeah.
Really nice for that. Share, read, write. Now how this is used is you could have the one document, might be a whole class brainstorm. It's the one document, but it's in every kid's drive. So they click on it and they'll see all 24 kids appear in that one document. Okay, so that's the way that one works. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make it share, read, write based on the groups. So I go next. Can you see here now at the moment this would go out to all users, so all of my class.
Yeah.
I'm going to select by group. Okay. So you can see some of these groups have been named. Generally speaking, you wouldn't have those names. They're probably just colours, yellow, grass, sky, whatever.
Yeah.
So now, what I'm going to do, and this is probably one of the slight, time-saving things with Teacher Dashboard. If I deselect all, fast learning. There's my group A.
Yeah.
So I have to do it one by one. That's the only disadvantage. So I go next. I go next. Okay, so these students will have access to this particular document, right? Start copy. This little thing pops up, telling me that it's copying. And what I should see in a couple of minutes is that script in those 3 students' Google Drive. All right? Okay, so our first group was Eve, user A. They were in our first group, and you can see that now they've now got the Macbeth script in their Google Drive. So these 3 students, Eve, Liz should have it in hers. I'm not sure why she doesn't have it. Let's just do a refresh over here.
That's what I asked before with the ones that we have from our boys up there.
Yep.
Not a lot of them had evidence that they received material we sent them around the year.
Sure. Now,
no documents.
Okay. Yeah. So just an explanation of that. I'm only seeing the documents that are currently residing in the English folder in their Google Drive. If they're sitting in the main part of their Google Drive, so let me just show you what that looks like. If I go to TD Secondary Student, you can see that this person is in my class here, TD Secondary Student. If I just go to their Google Drive, you will not see anything that sits outside of, I wouldn't see this TD Secondary project. I wouldn't see Test 1.
Okay.
I only see the contents of what's in their Google English folder within their Google Drive. Okay.
So that's in case they're not opening it or checking their email.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you do is you'd say, okay, you should have in your Google Drive an English folder.
Yep.
The owner is School Docs owner. All your English stuff here, like if this Test 1 is an English document that I sent you, drag it into your English folder.
Okay.
All the stuff should be in here,
Yep.
okay? And you can create subfolders for units of work in that, but everything should be in your English folder, okay? So you can see now this, you can see this document. Eve will now have access to this document, okay? As will user A, and you can see down the bottom here, in Eve's group and just disregard the Greg Basford, Phil Hogg, etc. But she has user A in her group.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to collaboratively work on this script, and at any time, either teacher will be in my teacher dashboard. I could click, open that document, and I could see evidence of Eve and user A's work. All right, and I would see that in the revision history as well. So I would see all the stuff that exists there. Just to show you up the top here, if I go to sharing, you can see Eve and user A are currently editors. All right. So that's the process. So then the next step would be, okay, go through Smart Copy again, select the existing document. Again, I'd like this process to happen in the one step, but that's the suggestion I made to Teacher Dashboard, and they're hopefully going to fix that for us. So there you go, select that. Next, I want a shared read write. Next, select by group. I've already done my fast learning group, so now I'm going to do my developing. Oh, poor old John, he's by himself. Let's do it. Okay, that's better. So the mauve group. We go next, start copy. And so everyone in that mauve group, namely Trung, user D and user C, will get their 2014 Macbeth English Common Craft script, and they'll automatically be editors